Welcome everybody. My name's David Clark. I'm the Chief Executive of the Safety Institute of Australia, and I've been in the job now for 1 year and 2 weeks, and what an extraordinary year and 2 weeks it's been. I'm very nervous and I'm very excited about this conference. We put a lot of work into rebuilding this conference. The SIA has a wonderful history of delivering conferences, and in the last few short years we've maybe stumbled a little bit, and we're looking at rebuilding our conference to be a very significant event on the national schedule of events where people can come together, the wider community of interest in safety can come together to talk about the things that matter. If I could just start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Wurundjeri people. You're very, very close here to the Yarra River, where the HMS Enterprise came with Melbourne's first settlers a couple of hundred years ago now, and parked itself just around where the aquarium is, which at the time had some rapids, and it was a natural turning circle at the bottom of those rapids until later on they were blasted out. But for 30,000 years prior to that, the Wurundjeri people cared for and were stewards of the land here, and we acknowledge the traditional owners past and present. I've got a few quick things to go through. Firstly, just point out to you that in the case of an emergency, the staff here will be present at the top of the room. Please follow their instructions and exit the building through the 2 rear doors which you entered through at the top of each of these pathways. It's great to have our international guests, and in the next couple of days you're going to have a wonderful range of speakers. I want to start off right now by acknowledging Kelvin Jen, who is the leader of our program committee, for the extraordinary work that he and the team have done in pulling together a world-class program. So I actually want to start by inviting you to congratulate Kelvin, because I know already you're going to have a wonderful conference and a wonderful program. So thank you, Kelvin. I'd like to introduce you to a couple of people. Sergeant James, you want to just pop up here? I want you to see who he is. Sergeant is the person to talk to about the conference app. We have an app. Now, you know, I'm 55, I've got no idea. But what we're inviting you to do for this conference is keep your phones on, but keep them on silent, and use the conference app. If you've got any questions about the app, Sergeant is the person to talk to. So please do that. Thanks, Sarge.
I'd just like to say the first thing to do with the app is to actually log in with the registration details that were emailed to you. And if you're having trouble, try logging in a few different ways, so either with your name or the email address itself and the registration code. Okay.
Of course it's easy, except for people like me and others like me who do have those challenges. Also want to introduce you to Catherine Reid, our membership coordinator. There's more than 100 people in the room here today who are passionate about safety because you're here, but you're not members of the Safety Institute of Australia. Now, Catherine has a set of steak knives, and my invitation to you is, if you're interested in safety and you're not a member of this organisation, we're on about reducing death, injury and illness in workplaces, and we're passionate about that. And our membership is important to us. And the larger our membership, the more effective we can be as an organisation. So I invite you to join the Safety Institute of Australia. And by the way, in addition to the steak knives Catherine will give you, if you do join in the next 2 days by approaching Catherine in the exhibition space at our store, you can join at half price. So thanks, Catherine. There's also a few different ways we're going to be doing things. There'll be some time for questions during some sections of this event. You can tweet at hashtag SIA2015. You can tweet questions, and at the end of the conference or at the end of the day, in the session on To Err is Human, some of those questions will be collected and a selection of them will be put to the panel, and they'll be invited to answer some of those questions. Some of the questions too, you'll be asked to park those questions until that later session in the day. When we do that, it's going to be a very interactive process at the end of the day. Another thing that we're doing here between sessions as we change speakers is we have 4 3-minute theses that have been prepared by RMIT and Griffith University, which are going to be filmed. So you'll have an opportunity to just take a quick look at those. And again, any questions or issues that come up out of those, tweet them through, and we'll look for ways to get those questions into the discussion process as much as we possibly can. So we're looking to have a very interactive 2 days with you. The other thing I want to say was, on or around your seats, you will see this. What I actually need is a little bit of help. So at the start of the lunch session, what I'm hoping you'll be prepared to do is that everybody will grab a T-shirt. Grab a T-shirt. Some of them are on empty chairs. I'd really like you to grab a T-shirt. They're of different sizes, so go and meet somebody who looks like they might fit the size if you've got the wrong size, and swap a few T-shirts around. What is 174? Well, 174 at the time we printed the T-shirts was the number of people last year that were killed in Australian workplaces. And that's not okay with the Safety Institute of Australia. And we say we have to look at new ways to do safety. We need to do safety differently. And this conference is a part of that process. So we need your help. We'd like to get a photo of all of the people who can pick up that T-shirt outside the front of this conference entrance at the beginning of lunch today. We'd like you to gather together for one photograph. Just take a few moments, and we'll pay you for that. We'll pay you by giving you a T-shirt. Please wear it proudly, and please think about what it means, and try to work out how in your workplace and in your professional life you might be able to do safety differently. And of course the next 2 days are an opportunity to discuss that. Look, that's it from me. I just want you to have a wonderful time in these next 2 days. I welcome you to Melbourne. I'm really looking forward to meeting so many of you. It's a fantastic opportunity to share new ideas, new thinking, throw around some of the older ideas that work as well, listen to people with different points of view, share some of those points of view, cross-fertilise some of those points of view. This is a diverse community, I have found, this safety community, this work health and safety community. And what's most important is that we all remember that we share the same vision, no matter whether we're employers, from unions, from government, whether we're safety professionals, doesn't matter what type of safety professional we may be, we all share the same vision, and that's to deal with that number, that 174, and to make a difference with that. And it's my passionate commitment that whilst I have the stewardship role as Chief Executive of the Safety Institute of Australia, that I work very, very hard, and the staff, and I know the board through the leadership of our chairman, Patrick Murphy, is very much committed to the same thing, that we work to try to get this diverse community of people working more together to help make a difference with that issue. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the chair of our next session, Dr. Matthew Davies. Please make him welcome.